Imagine waking up to discover that an entire family has vanished. Not kidnapped, not missing, but brutally murdered inside the very home where they were supposed to be safest. No signs of forced entry. No witnesses. No obvious motive. Just silence. And a crime scene so disturbing that investigators would spend years trying to answer one haunting question. What really happened inside the Harvey family home that night? Was it a carefully planned execution? A crime fueled by revenge? Or was the truth hiding in plain sight all along? Tonight, we're taking you deep inside one of America's most shocking family murder cases. We'll examine the evidence, reconstruct the final hours, uncover the mistakes, and reveal how investigators finally pieced together the horrifying truth. Stay until the end, because one small detail overlooked at first changed the entire investigation. True crime stories often begin with a mystery, but some begin with a nightmare. This is the story of the Harvey Family Murders, a case that devastated an entire community and left investigators searching for answers after an unimaginable act of violence. Before we continue, if you enjoy well-researched true crime documentaries, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let's go back to where this tragedy began. The Harvey family appeared to live an ordinary life. They were known by neighbors as friendly, hard-working people who largely kept to themselves. Like many families, they had routines, responsibilities, hopes, and plans for the future. Nothing about their daily lives suggested that they would soon become the victims of a crime that would capture national attention. For investigators, understanding the family's relationships, habits, and recent activities became essential. Who knew them? Who had access to their home? Did anyone have a reason to target them? These questions would become the foundation of the investigation. As evening turned into night, nothing seemed unusual from the outside. The neighborhood was quiet. No one reported hearing anything that immediately suggested the horror unfolding inside the Harvey home. But by the following day, concern began to grow when the family could not be reached. Calls went unanswered. Messages received no reply. Eventually, authorities were contacted. When officers entered the residence, they encountered a scene unlike anything they had expected. The Harvey family had been killed. The discovery shocked investigators, emergency responders, and the surrounding community. The question was immediate and unavoidable. Who could have committed such a brutal crime? Crime scene investigators carefully documented every room. They searched for fingerprints, DNA, footwear impressions, signs of forced entry, evidence of a struggle. Interestingly, there appeared to be little indication that someone had broken into the home by force. That raised an important possibility. Did the victims know their killer? Or had the suspect found another way inside? Every object became potential evidence. Investigators photographed everything before collecting physical samples for forensic testing. At first glance, however, the crime scene offered few clear answers. Every homicide investigation eventually comes back to one critical question: why? Investigators explored every possible motive. Financial problems, personal conflicts, business disputes, past relationships, random violence. Nothing was ruled out. Friends, relatives, co-workers, and neighbors were interviewed. Phone records were examined. Financial transactions were reviewed. Digital devices were analyzed. Each new lead brought hope, but many quickly reached dead ends. Meanwhile, public pressure intensified. People wanted answers. As forensic testing progressed, investigators slowly began connecting pieces of evidence that initially appeared unrelated. Modern investigative techniques allowed detectives to reconstruct timelines, compare DNA evidence, and examine communications leading up to the crime. Every verified fact narrowed the list of possibilities. Rather than relying on assumptions, investigators focused on evidence that could be independently confirmed. Bit by bit, the picture became clearer. Major investigations often turn on one unexpected discovery. A witness remembers something previously dismissed. New forensic results arrive. A timeline no longer matches a suspect's account. In the Harvey family case, investigators eventually uncovered evidence that significantly strengthened their understanding of what had occurred. What once seemed like disconnected clues began fitting together. The investigation gained momentum. The focus narrowed, and authorities moved closer to identifying those responsible. After months of investigative work, prosecutors presented the evidence gathered by detectives and forensic experts. The case demonstrated how painstaking police work, scientific analysis, and persistence can gradually solve even the most complex crimes. For the victims' loved ones, however, no courtroom outcome could erase the immense loss. The Harvey family became another painful reminder of how a single night can forever change countless lives. The Harvey family murders remain a deeply tragic chapter in criminal history, while investigators ultimately assembled the evidence needed to move the case forward. Many continue to reflect on the questions that surrounded the investigation in its earliest days. Cases like this remind us that every piece of evidence matters, every witness account deserves careful evaluation, and every victim's story deserves to be told with accuracy and respect. What do you think was the most important turning point in this investigation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this documentary informative, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next true crime investigation. Thanks for watching and stay safe.